Hello, and welcome to In Ear Fetish. I'm your host, Zeos Pantera, also known for Z Reviews, because some of you actually don't know that exists, because you've only found me for this. If you want to see all this other shit reviewed, go over there. So, pull this off the shelf. Can't be that old. The Ziigaat and J Audio, it's J Audio, not just J, but Ziigaat and J Estrella. 2DD 4BA hybrid IEM. And I pulled it off and I was listening to it. Giggity, I pulled it off. And I'm looking at the packaging and it's like, all right. Got a ridiculously big, like, small DAP holder for a bag compared to, like, here, I just took the Bequizzy off. Bequizzy's thicker, barely. But it's just like this is just extra big for no reason. And that's fine. Like, okay, whatever. Comes in a little box. Comes with almost no things except for some tips. And I was guesstimating the cost on these based on the sound, which we're going to discuss sub bass and how people are like, well, wish Eris was more sub bass and less bass. And I'm like, yeah, but then it gets like weird. And these are the most sub bass in an IM. Sub bass being like the lowest. Like if you look at treble, upper treble, mid-range, upper mid-range, lower mid-range, bass, and then sub-bass. I'm talking about like the 15 hertz, the 12 hertz. The things that usually you can't get in real life without a subwoofer. Well, these do that, but it's almost a little distracting. I mean, it could just be my preferences also. I seem to like a little bit more of the mid-bass boosted a little bit instead of just the sub-bass hump way up there. So I was listening to these, and for the first, 10 songs, there was nothing that really, rumbled. And I'm like, these are fine. These are fine. These are smooth. They're a little boring. These are a little boring. These are a little boring. And then, boom. Like, anything with, a bass note just comes in and just kicks you into the chest. So I don't want to give these, a bad review, because obviously collabs and things. I don't know J Audio personally. But, I know what his plan was. He was like, I want the most sub bass. Well, he fucking got it. But the rest of the sound is kind of meh. It's the weirdest thing, because I'm not upset by it. Like, I'm not listening to these and going, oh, these are terrible. I don't want to listen to these at all. They're just, almost too calm. It's kind of like reading a book, but, lit by candlelight, and it's, a really, nice novel. It's like a Harry Potter book. You're just reading a Harry Potter book in bed, by candlelight, and everything's nice, and all of a sudden there's a magnitude 6 earthquake. Not a 10, not a 4, a 6, 6.5. And all your shit starts shaking. And then you keep going back to reading your Harry Potter novel, and it's like, oh, that was a little bit distracting. Okay, no, just... So, these sort of lack, they lack the energy and the excitement. I just want to listen to them and sort of, relax. I feel like they wanted to be this, insanely smooth. I don't know what the original Ziigaats that they reviewed, that they built these off of were like. But this felt like it was a really smooth thing. And then they, doubled the smoothness. And I could live with double the smoothness. It sounds like I'm advertising for chocolate and ice cream commercials. But then that sub bass just comes out of fucking nowhere. And it just throws the whole chill scene out. Because if there was some mid-bass that, kept it elevated throughout the entirety of it, then it would just be the warmest goddamn IM I've ever heard. But it's not. It's relatively neutral. It just feels sort of dull. The two words that come to mind when I'm listening to these Estrellas, and these are the Estrella. I was just saying Estrella. Say it right or get the fuck out. Estrella. You get the in the L. The Estrella are sub bass and boring. That's it. They actually are pretty. They're pretty. They've got little crusts of a lighter jewel on the front, and then these little sparkles of blue in the back, and it says Ziigaat on both sides. They're thick though, because probably 10 millimeter dynamics. Let me just double check the page. Does it stay? Estrella is a star that you can hear. Ever wonder what the stars sound like? The ones at night that talk to each other. The things that give us our light. That is what Estrella is. You know, I read hyperbole a lot. I say hyperbole a lot, but fuck did you just say to me? 210s. Yeah, there are 210 PET diaphragm coaxial dynamic drivers. Why are they coaxial? Coaxial means there's something going through the center. How are they doing that? I'd love to see a diagram of how these are put together. Yeah, 6-driver hybrid. Like it's got the parts. Oh, they're $300. The reason I'm being a little bit more harsh on these than I would normally have been, if these were, I was guesstimating the price at $140. 100 to 150, you got this interesting little unique sound. You could just pick it up and put it down in your little collection. It's like, oh, this is a quirky one. Rinko is a quirky fucking IEM. It's planar and dynamic, and it screams bass from both of them. A lot of bass from the whole frequency response. But it's $100. It's a little quirky thing. Judges are 50, and when I do a collab, it's like I gotta focus. Like the Kinera Nanas, which are currently lost in transit. FedEx, you better get them out of customs and send them back to me, you son of a bitch. There's gonna be a lot of FedEx hating this channel if things don't work out in the next 2 weeks. But either way, $300 for these is a lot. I mean, granted, if you're just looking for unique, I don't think I've heard another IM that sounds like these do. Where it is like this overly smooth, nearly boring presentation of sounds from 80 hertz to, based on my hearing, I think it pretty much cuts off at 3K. You don't need anything above that. Bells ringing, nah, fuck that. 5K, that's too much. 3, it just is very, very polite presentation of sound. Oh, we installed a 15-inch subwoofer in the thing, and it's tuned to 14 hertz. And it's if you're looking for it, if that's not in your collection, and I know it ain't in my collection, which is a rather large collection, the Estrella is right for you. I'm just sitting here listening, and I'm doing it. All right, we'll come out of this, because that is the raw MDA1. Let's move over to straight R2R, which is going to smooth it out more. Oof, there's the bass. I'm listening to David Arnold, Looking for Clues, from the Godzilla, the album. Soundstage, imaging. Currently playing is Devo, Working in the Coal Mine. And this song should make me dance. I should have an incurable disease called dancing to Devo. And I don't want to. A sound is being presented to me. I know this song, working in a coal mine, working down, 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 working in a coal. And I just don't feel like doing jack shit. And it's no energy. It's this run. It's it's running on dead batteries. Someone needs to open these up and replace the batteries. Because the only thing that comes through is this fucking insane bass line of brrr, and then it's just working in a coal mine, I'm working. I don't want to keep turning them up. There have been IMs in the past where I found out that I needed to crank the living shit out of them to the point where my ears were nearly bleeding, and then they were good. And I'm just not willing to do it for the sound signature in these, especially if the bass is going to hit and throw me onto the floor. But, I mean, I try to describe sound the best I can. Not to say, this is bad, don't buy this. But there's someone listening. If this video gets, 4,000 or 5,000 views, one of those 5,000 people, and you only need one of those 5,000 people is you know what I really want? I want this, calm, sedated sound with all the fucking sub-bass in the fucking planet Earth. And there you go. Here's your Estrella. So, yeah, that's them. That's them, right? I couldn't find a wallpaper. I go through the wallpapers every time. I'm wait, what represents the sound signature of these the best? That's the only way I keep myself motivated. And there was nothing here that screamed oh my God, but oh my God, that's oh my God. And that's kind of I need something that was just didn't hit. It just did. They don't hit me. They don't hit me. It's not my style, bruh. I hope he got exactly what he wanted. When you do a collab, I know how fucking a pain in the ass it is. I've only tried to give very gentle tunings on things, and then when I finally do get something that I'm like hammering at it, it usually comes out okay, but you're still going back and forth. That's the biggest problem with tuning an IEM if you're going to do a collab. Which, by the way, I want to point out there's a red filter in this one and a blue filter in that one. So God bless America. Or, well, probably China. Or Jay's Audio for doing that, because I love when there's blue and red on things. Or red and white. These are 2-pin, by the way. The wire, again, $300. You're getting a 3.5 Ziigaat wire, and it's not... Again, I'm just going to keep saying again, this is not the wire of a $300 IEM. It just ain't. It ain't it, fam. You can't unscrew it. You can't change it. It's kind of crap. It's got it's like Scorpius bondage leather vinyl. And the tips it comes with 2 foams. And I was tempted, because of the sub bass, to throw in some renders or throw on some renders. But you know what? Don't feel like it. It's not my day. It's not my day today. So yeah, if you're interested in the most sub bass you can get, and then kind of bland, like fine sound for the rest of it, Estrella. But yeah, when I ain't I'm gonna leave Devo working in the coal mine on, and the next IEM I go to review today, I'm gonna start with that, and I will judge based on literally just that song. Am I dancing or am I not dancing? That's how it goes. So, good work. See you next time. Jay, keep working on things. I know do I have a stinker collab? Do I have a collab I don't really like? There's got to be one out there that everyone just hates. Everyone just fucking hates it. It's not Eris, but it's got to be one of those things. It's just like, I guess my real expensive fucking wire, but that doesn't count as a tuned thing. That was just me picking pretty colors. See you all in the next one. Patreon, subscribe to support the channel. And if not that, then there's a coffee link. And if not that, then just follow me on my socials. And while I'm doing an actual YouTuber outro, delete this. Delete it all. It's all bad.